Happy 2022. Welcome to my Flosstube. This is Flosstube 76. It is my first Flosstube for 2022, and I'm so glad you could join me today. So, if you are new here, my name is Candace. This is my channel about cross stitch. Sometimes there's some quilting, sometimes some knitting, but generally most of it is cross stitch. So if you're returning, thanks so much for coming back and checking out my update. See what I've done the last 2 weeks. So my last video was December 29th, and we've had New Year's since then. I've done a whip parade since then, and I've had a couple of finishes since then. So I hope you're ready for a fun little update from me. Let's see what's happening. I'm a little warm in this sweater. I'm a little toasty. It decided to get up into the upper 30s today. And I don't know, all of our snow is melting. It's just been weird. January's weird. We went from like early November to mid-February within the span of like a day or two. So I don't know what's happening. Otherwise, we had a fairly uneventful New Year's Eve. The kids tried to stay up. It didn't work. They made it until 10, I believe. And it was just a hot mess. They needed to go to bed. So, that and I still wasn't feeling all that great since I had been sick. Because, you know, it's always fun when the kids bring something home and share it. So I lost my voice for a couple of days. I did get it back, I believe, a day or two before my whip parade. So if you haven't watched that and you have a little over an hour of stitching time, you can go check that out. If you did watch it, you're going to recognize two of these finishes. But I'm doing this video with those two finishes just in case they haven't been seen yet by the rest of my subscribers. So I wanted to say thank you. I hit 2,000 subscribers. Yay! And I am going to do a giveaway, but I'm bundling some stuff together instead of doing a bunch of little ones. Number one, because shipping will be much more cost effective, and I don't know, some of the stuff really fits well together, so I just kind of wanted to give it like as a little group. So that will be next week. I only have 4 right now, and I kind of want to get a couple more together. So let's see. On my other Instagram account, Willow Spring Co., that is where I post my D-stash, and I posted a whole bunch of stuff the other day. So there's a bunch of charts and yarn and fabric, quilting fabric, not cross stitch fabric. I can't. So you can always head over to Willow Spring Co. and check that out. And if you see anything you like, just fill out the Google form. And then that way I can get you an exact shipping cost and send off your invoice. So I did want to say, last weekend, I spent all weekend organizing. I know it's probably not going to focus, but I got these cabinets from IKEA. I can't remember the name of them, but they're glass front, and they are like 4 feet tall, I think. I'm 5'2", if that helps. So in this bin right here is all my cross stitch fabric. I had been doing it on the, I have them right there, the comic board, cardboard things, and it just, like, they weren't standing up. It's not as stiff as I was kind of hoping. So things just kept like bending, and it was hard to see exactly what it was. The only thing I could really do is tell the color. So I just decided to keep it all organized in here. All of my Be Stitch Me is pretty much on one side and everyone else on the other, but it's not really sorted by like count of fabric, because I don't ever go for an exact count of fabric. I usually just go for color and make it work. So but yeah, I got a bunch of my quilting stuff organized. You can't see all that, but these two things right here, those hold all my cross stitch patterns, or my charts. So I had actually gone through either right before New Year's or right after, and I went through all of these, pulled out anything that I really knew I wasn't going to stitch, and then those either ended up in my D-stash or giveaways. So everything else, I went through and I wrote down the stitch counts and then plugged that in with the formula that you get from 2020, or the No New Starts group. They have a formula to figure out whether your project is small, medium, large, or a BAP, which is big A project. Just in case there's any little ears out there. So since I had all of my WIPs categorized like that, I decided to go through my charts and do the same thing, so that say I finish a medium, I can immediately go to, I have the file in my phone. I can immediately go look at all the medium projects if I want to start something new and pick a medium or smaller. So that, if you watched my, I think I talked about it in my WIP parade about my plans for 2022. I am doing WIPGO, and I am doing a version of No New Starts that is 22 and 22. So what it is I took 22 of my 40 WIPs and decided that those are the ones I wanted to focus on. So those 22 went on my sheet, and then the rest of my WIPs are just below it. So if I want to, say I finish a WIP and I want to replace it with another WIP, I can just pick one from the size category that it matches or smaller. Can't go bigger, but I can go smaller. So like if I finish a BAP, I can replace it with any project. But if I finish a small, I have to replace it with a small. So I think it's very motivating to just see those 22 and to know that if I finish it, I can plug a WIP in or a new start. Either one, as long as I never go over 22. So that's what I'm starting with. Now, real quick, I need to step over and grab that WIP because I'll tell you about that in just a second. Hold on. Okay, so I actually tried to do this yesterday, which was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. And I had gotten a camera for Christmas. However, the camera does not work with the Surface Pro that we have. So we kind of needed something new anyway. So we ended up getting a Chromebook. Best Buy was having a crazy sale the other day, just like a one-day sale. So I recorded this, and I had like this very precarious setup on the spot where I usually record, which is in front of me. And my my planner that I use, it hit the escape button and lost all 20 minutes that I had already recorded. So I was like, okay, fine. Reset, do everything again. It recorded in 1080, and in the program I use to edit my videos, you cannot edit videos in 1080. So I was like, well, I'll try and send it to my phone, and then I can just edit it from my phone. You cannot share, like, because it's a Chromebook, it uses Google, and I can share from there to my phone. You can't share a file size that big. So today I made sure that it's recording in 720 so that I can edit it in Power Director. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This is like a trial run. I do like the camera. I'm hoping that the sound is good. I'm assuming the sound is through the camera and not through the laptop, but I don't know. But yeah, so this year what I'm doing is I have, and the table I'm using is super unsteady. This is an Erin Condren planner. It's very plain. It doesn't have like my name or anything. I got it for Christmas. I had wanted one and I had put specifics down, but this is what I got, so I was totally fine with it. And it was actually an 18-month planner, and I'm kind of bummed because I don't get to use any of this stuff in the beginning. So I just write down each day what I've done, how many stitches, and then in the daily section, and in the, this is January, so then I write down like all the stuff I have going on for my groups. And then this was kind of what I wanted to do for the month. And then for each day, like the daily spread, really all I'm doing is just tracking my stitches. That's really all I'm using those ones for. So, let me go back. Because if you didn't watch my WIP parade, you have not, and I apologize for the wiggling. I will figure out something different for next week. I don't know. This table is probably not going to work, though. I can tell already. So you guys have, if you didn't watch the WIP parade, you have not seen these finishes. That goes over there. Sorry about the wiggles. So I finished, and I can't remember if I still have a before picture of this one, but I can show you where I was at the last time you guys saw it. This is Lizzie Kate's Christmas Rules. Let's see if I can, oh, I can't quite get it in all the way. There we go. So there are no buttons on this. No buttons, but all of the stitching is done. So I did do a color conversion, and I will be sharing that. This is on a 28 count, maybe it's 32. I don't remember now. I know I said it in my, my WIP parade. So I was on this rule. So I finished the rest of them. And I finished this on December 30th. So you can, these have, if you haven't seen these before, there are 2 rules per chart. And this topper you can actually get on Lizzie Kate's website. And then it gives you the layout to do it all in a long line like this. And I'm going to use this other side for the jingles. The Lizzie Kate Jingles Christmas one. So it should fit. I have to measure it just to make sure. So that was either a 28 or a 32 count mushroom Lugana. I can't remember exactly which size. So the next one I finished, this was actually on my WIPGO board. It was number 2 and number 19 were the numbers called. I'm sure you guys have heard that already. And this was number 2. Hopefully you're seeing the before picture right there. So this is on a 16 count Aida that I dyed myself with just gray Rit dye. This is called Scary Things October Brings from Silver Creek Samplers. Now, of course, because I'm downstairs and there's no natural light, the lighting is not that great, you can kind of see the green. You can definitely see it better in real life. So there we go. So yeah, I really like this. And it was a quick stitch because it's mostly words. Like, I think the thing that took the longest were the pumpkins. Maybe the bat. Otherwise, the rest of it was super easy. So I finished this on January 5th. And that was my WIPGO goal, was a finish on this one. The next one that I finished was... The thing about this is it takes longer to focus than my phone, which is weird. I don't know why, even with my face out of the way. I don't know. So anyway, these are Mill Hill Snow Crystals. This is the Aqua Crystal. And before, that's where I was. I had pulled this out as I wanted to start Mill Hill Monday back in July. I worked on this once. Did not make it for Mill Hill Monday the rest of the year. So I pulled this out this past Monday and I got the rest of the stitching done. If it'll focus. How frustrating is that? See, this is where the maybe this will work better. There we go. So anyway, I finished all the stitching on Monday and one of the beads. And I had 2 other types of beads left. And I couldn't just leave it for the next Monday. So I finished it on Tuesday. My son saw it and instantly he was like, I want that in my room. It's so sparkly. So there is still, there is a snowflake charm. I mean, there's probably no way it's going to focus. Oh, there we go. So there's a snowflake charm that hangs from the bottom of it. So it'll hang right here. And then I have to make a beaded chain for it. However, I have the rest of these right here. Right there. So I want to finish all of the stitching and beading and then finish them all at the same time. So I'll be cutting all of them out at the same time. I'll be felting the back of them all at the same time. That is my goal for this. I loved it. I have never beaded anything before. I put buttons on stuff, but I've never beaded anything, and this was fun. However, those petite beads, I don't even know if I can get you close enough to see the petite beads in this. The petite beads are the same color as the dark aqua. So the lighter beads are regular seed beads, and then there's little tiny petite aqua beads, and then the bugle beads. But it was seriously so much fun. It was so much fun to do. So that was the first one done. I have already pulled the next one to stitch next Monday. So those are my finishes this week. I'm just very motivated by 22 and 22, and also the main groups, the main 3 groups that I'm in, that I'm doing challenges for, are, well, I guess kind of 4, because WIPGO, Full Coverage Fanatics, Semi-Sane Stitchers, and No New Starts. The challenge in WIPGO is to work, oh, hey, just giving myself some crazy hair. The challenge is to get your goal completed for that month. So number 2, complete. Number 19 was 2,000 stitches on, but where I was going with that is I'm very motivated to work on those projects for the challenges and to work on things that I haven't touched in a while. So it's been really fun doing these challenges and working on stuff. So one of the challenges in Full Coverage Fanatics is the bicycle tour for Germany. And you stitch the number of stitches to make it to the next city. So I believe those are kilometers in between cities. If you get all the way through by the end of the year, you'll have done 34,260 stitches. And I'm already, you can see, I'm already here. And there's a couple that have more than 1,000. But then there's some that, like there's one right there, if it'll focus, that has 200. I don't know, the focusing thing is going to be weird. My phone focuses so much faster. But anyway, that's a lot of fun. And you can use one project for every single, section, or you can use a different full coverage project for each city if you want. Whatever you feel like. So what I did is at first I used my number 19, which is Reuben McHugh. This is Christmas Pixie, done by Charting Creations. And this is where I was last time you guys saw it. And my goal for WIPGO for this was 2,000 stitches. And yeah, I got my 2,000 stitches. Maybe plus some. I might have gotten more than 2,000. But yeah, I just love this. I just love it so much. And I apologize, I can see a cat hair. So this is on 25 count easy grid Lugana. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And I'm not really, I was going to go diagonal on this, but like these two colors, there's so much of these two colors that I think I'll just, what I did is I did a lot of this for that 2,000 stitches. Do some of that and then work on some more of the fun stuff. And then do some of that and work on some more of the fun stuff. So this one is going to be just kind of like all over the place. But I could go a little lower. I didn't want to go too low. I want to work across and then roll it up. Because this is, these are 8-inch bars. And that's like the perfect distance for me to get my, because when I stitch like this. And it's the perfect distance not to like pull my shoulder out of whack. So yeah, I got, sorry, bumpity bump. I got a little over 2,000 stitches on that. So my WIPGO goals are done for January. And it's only the 13th. Yay. So then I was like, well, the rest of the month I can just work on my challenges and use whatever I feel like. So I worked on a couple of different projects. This one, and these are in no particular order. I mean, yeah, this table is not going to work. Oh, how about we do the new start first? Because I finished Christmas Rules and it was on my 22 and 22, I wanted to fill it with a new start. Because I have watched Jessie Marie just blaze through this. This is the new A Year in the Woods from, oh my gosh, Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is the fox. And I just love it. However, I wanted to use stash floss for the fox. Because the only things in here that are hand-dyed floss are the main orange color in the fox, and then the white. They used Gentle Arts chalk. And I was like, I don't think I have Gentle Arts chalk. I don't think I have 2 skeins. But then I pulled out a 40 count, so you only need 1. So I'm doing this on a 40 count from Be Stitch Me. This is got no color name. Let's see if it will. There we go. No color name, but it is an even weave. And so I started this on New Year's Eve. And this poor thing, my 2 needle minders are too close together. I'm using a Q-snap when I'm stitching this, but my needle minders are too close together and they keep getting stuck. So here's my start. I have a feeling it's not focusing, but I'm not real sure. So I did change the colors. Now I did, let's do this. Okay. So for the greens, I am using Lima Bean from Color and Cotton for the light green trees. And for the dark green trees, Balsam Fir from Classic Colorworks. Then, now for the fox, you can see the dark side of his tail is brown and then the hand-dyed orange, and then the DMC, the lightest, like, peachy color. That's this. What is it? $38.27. However, I'm going to do this instead of that dark brown, and this for the body. So red fox and glazed carrots. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Oh, and then my white is from Color and Cotton, but it's one of the limited edition, so it doesn't have a color. It's just limited edition. So I got started on that on New Year's Eve. And I need to put this in a slightly bigger bag because it's a little baby bag I made forever ago with a charm pack. It's so little. Okay. So then I just started working on things that I haven't touched in a while and were really calling to me. So we have hands-on design. This is Let's Talk Winter. Now, if you've watched me for any amount of time, you'll know that I am not doing any of these on black. I changed the fabric on all of them. I also changed the floss. So I am using, I can't remember if it's Blanc or B5200. Oh, it's Blanc. So I'm using Blanc for the white. This is on a piece of Lugana that I dyed myself. Here's where I was last time. There we go. And there's where I am now. Whole bunch of white stitching done. So I dyed this with, I can't remember the exact color, but it was like an Aqua Rit dye. And I really like it. At first I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, but I think it's looking awesome. So the greens are a little brighter in person than what you're seeing, probably because of all of my artificial light. It's just not showing up very well. But yeah, I'm excited with the progress I made on this. I will have no problem finishing this year, I think. I think it'll be fairly easy to finish this year. Oh, I got floss stuck. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh. All right, we'll go back through this way. Zippers and floss don't mix. Oh, this table. Oh, I apologize. I apologize. Okay. Next up, we have from Cuore Batticuore, Lavender Farm. This is actually my oldest WIP. So of course it's on my 22 and 22. And here's where I was last time. This is on a 28 count lamb's wool Jobelin. And here's where I am now. I cannot back up at all. So hopefully you can see it. So I got a bunch of house done. And it's funny because I was actually missing that pot right there. I'm saving all the back stitching until the end, but I was missing that pot right there. These colors are brighter in person than they, like this looks very gray purple and it's totally not. But as far as the house goes, I actually got the house and these two lavender bushes done. So now I will say the house isn't done. I got a lot of stitches in on it. I actually did 1,000 stitches on this week because I'm counting stitches for all my challenges. So I thought, why not count stitches for the year and see how many I actually do? So I'm probably going to count my stitches all year. But I'm loving this. I'm loving it. And of course the colors just aren't showing up right, but I'm excited. So all I have left in the house is the white. It's all white. Just fill all that in with white. And then the roof is like zigzagged. And then I'll move over onto this side. So that's Lavender Farm. All right, what else do I got? I think I just have 3 full coverage projects left. So the first one, this is actually my focus for Semi-Sane Stitchers for January. This is Mini Home for the Winter. And I'm doing this on a 25 count ivory Lugana because there are a ton of white and off-white stitches in this. So here's where I was last time. And there's where I'm at now. I just love this. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. I just saw the little thing that said resume recording and I really thought I was not recording. I am. Phew. I did not want to do this a 4th time. So, but yeah, there we go. Working on the diagonal on this one. Waiting for it to focus. I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of white stitches in this. A lot of white stitches. I love it though. So I'm just working down to this. I did just get in the mail a scroll rod for this so I can put it on a scroll rod instead of a Q-snap. But I like how little this is because I can just hook it into my Ravelry stand and it's just all so compact and tiny. But I am going to start needing more room soon. So the next one is Birds and Blooms Gardens from Amy Stewart. Oh, this Mini Home for the Winter is Lucy Pittaway. And you can find her artwork on Heaven and Earth Designs. She has all, there's like 6 charts that I want to do of hers. But this next one is Amy Stewart. Birds and Blooms Gardens Max Color. So this is the regular size chart. It will be about 9 inches long, or 9 inches tall, 26 inches long, because I'm doing this on 28 count. Easy Grid Lugana. So here's where it was before. And there's where we are now. I actually did get quite a bit of stitching done on this one. I am working in the diagonal, but because it's max color, it's very confetti heavy. And so I'm just finishing off my thread as I go. You guys can probably see my threads through the fabric as they wander off into their next area. Like, see them back here. Here you go. So that's what mine look like on the back when it's a max color. But anyway, so this frame actually, it goes to like right here. So I'm just going to work my way across. So I'll diagonal until I hit this corner, and then I'll start eventually moving it over. But I'll just diagonal across the entire thing. Oh, those magnets stuck together. Okay, so the last one I have is Mini Citrine. This is my closest to a finish full coverage project. I now, as of last night, have less than 10,000 stitches to go. This is what she looks like. This is from Rachel Anderson, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And so here I was before. What I did is the picture I took it off of the frame, took all of the rest of the DMC grid out, and all the tiny blue fuzzies, as much as I could get. There's still some in there. And took a picture of it. And I can't believe how good it looks. So there's where it was before. And it is back on the frame now. And there's where we are now. I just love it. I love it. So I got this side done. This side almost done except for that little bit right there. And I started working a little bit on her dress. I just can't even stand it. I love it so much. So I do have less than 10,000 stitches to go. My goal for this year is a finish. It should not be that hard to do. But yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Now, I do have one quilting WIP. It's been a little while, but I am doing, there, the Among the Stars again, block of the month. That's the, like, Halloween version. And then this one is the Christmas version. This is using Lella Boutique's Christmas morning fabric, and I am actually using that fabric for mine. But I had a layer cake and some fat eighths, so not all of my blocks are exactly the same. So this was month 5. You know what? I wonder if it focuses better back here. Anyway, so month 5. These are my Christmas morning blocks. And then these are my second set of blocks, and I'm using Gingham Gardens from my Mind's Eye. I'm also using different starch with each quilt because I wanted to see what I liked best. This is not my favorite starch. It's very stiff, like very stiff. I will say my points look amazing, but it, like, see how it's bending up right here? I cannot get it to lay flat, like, because there is no stretch left in this fabric. Like, it's very, and I'm sure it'll wash out. I'm not really concerned about that, but I just really like this fabric. Now, I'm having a horrible case of FOMO when it comes to quilting because it's the beginning of the year. There are a ton of new block of the months that have started. I know Pat Sloan has one. Riley Blake Designs has one. Who was the other one? Oh, A Quilting Life. Sherry McConnell has one. I think I'm going to do the Riley Blake one and the Sherry McConnell one because I've never done either of those. The only reason why I'm not going to do Pat Sloan's is I think hers is like a block a week and it ends in like May or something. I like the block a month or block every 2 weeks. I kind of like that because then I have time to catch up. So I got these done. I actually have, oh, sorry, I showed you month 5. That was month 4. I have month 5 cut, ready to be sewn. And I did get, this is probably going to shake the table really bad. I hope not. I did get my block 7. Oh, sorry. That was my pen. Block 7 for Designer Mystery 2021. Now, Fat Quarter Shop's Designer Mystery runs July to June. So theirs does not start at the beginning of the year. But this is block 7. All of my fabric is starched and ready to be cut, which I'm hoping to do today. And maybe get that block sewn today. The Among the Stars Again blocks. So my goal is between work and the boys getting home from swim is sewing. Whether it's finishing up the bags that I cut 2 months ago or working on quilt blocks for block of the month. That's my goal, is to do some sewing because right now the only thing that I have to worry about is the dogs. There are no kids here, no husband here. I can just sit and listen to music and sew. So I got that. So I guess we're just transitioning into haul. I won this from Janet Jabber. This is Stony Creek. It's their Christmas Ornaments 4. There are actually other ones, which I didn't know until I got this. But look at this one right here. Frosty's baby picture. So funny. It's so cute. So thanks, Janet. I like it. I think it's adorable. And I could totally do that now. Like if I needed a small, not like I don't have enough smalls right there. But, you know. So this is fabric that I got from 123 Did I get it from 123 Stitch? This does not look like their tags. Oh, maybe they have new tags. So anyway, this is Picture This Plus. It's a fat quarter of 28 count Glacier. And I think I'm going to use this for Hands On Designs Secret Santa. It's not quite as aqua as hers, but I like it. So I need to do a floss toss, and, you know, once I'm ready to start that, because I didn't really have a good fabric for that, and I'm digging this. This is 32 count Silvery Moon Lagana, and I got it because I love this fabric, and I'm sure I will need it for something. So it was one of those purchases. So I did cancel my 3 Owl Threads nest egg. I have been doing that for a little over a year. I have a ton of classic Colorworks floss. I organized it. Hold on, let me grab one of these so you can see. So I organized it by color in these little, like, ornament. I think these are, I have bigger ones that are for ornaments, but these, they had them at Joann's. And I organized by color. So this is all Classic Colorworks, color and cotton, like any hand-dyed floss is in here. So I have 2 of these, and then I had to use 2 drawers from a different, like, storage container for the other colors, because I tried to combine, like, yellow and orange, and that didn't work. I had too many oranges. So that's what I did last weekend. Ooh, sorry. Last weekend I organized and cleaned down here so that I could get my mojo back to get creating and get some of this stuff used up and turned into things I will use. I did get my Color and Cotton. I am not canceling them because I love their colors. Color and Cotton, December. I'm not going to take them out, but those are the colors. And then I got January. So there's January. So pretty. I love Color and Cotton. Now I had gotten some since the last video. I think it was my last nest egg from 3 Owl Threads. I put that away already because these were nice and packaged like this, but I had some that I had purchased to go with a project, and I had floss everywhere. So I just wanted to get it all organized and put away, but I left those out so you guys could see those. Now the last thing I have, I'm totally blaming on Lisa from Happy Cat Stitchery, because she made me do this. Yeah, that's a punch needle kit. Has everything in it except the punch needle, but it's okay because I got a punch needle. So this came from the Old Tattered Flag. They actually have it on Amazon. You can find the Ultra Punch on Amazon, and it takes you, you can either go right to their website or you can order it from Amazon, but it ships from them. And they are in, I think they were in, like, I don't know. I feel like they're Wisconsin, Minnesota. I'm not sure. But I could be completely wrong, and I apologize if I am completely wrong. But we'll say local business, but not local to me. So I got it, and then I also got some of the fabric because Lisa has a bunch of awesome charts. And I do have a couple of hoops that I've had for a while. So, yeah. Thanks, Lisa. All her fault. But really, how cute is that cactus, right? This is adorable. He's a cute little guy. So yeah, that's all I have for things that I have acquired. I did not take the rods for Mini Home for the Winter out of the box yet because it just came today. Otherwise, oh, I forgot oh, it's way over there. So, I got the last chart. Hold on, let me grab it. can't believe I left it over there. Man, I am not organized when it comes to standing in a different spot. I got Lizzie Kate, Fa La La. This is the last chart I needed for the jingles. So this is what the other one looks like that I'm going to put on that. Maybe if I stick my face up there, it'll like... No? Don't want to do it? There! Ah, it focused. So that's what it looks like when you put them all together long. And I want to do that because Helen D. she enabled me with this one. So I was able to get all the charts off 1, 2, 3 Stitch except for this one. And I just had them notify me when it came in. So they notified me and I snapped it up. So I'm pretty sure that's where I got these fabrics because I didn't want this to travel by itself. So I had to order some fabrics too. But yeah. Plans for this week are to just kind of stitch what I want. Work on the bicycle challenge for full coverage Fanatics. They just came out with a challenge that runs, I think, for 3 days in the No New Starts group. And it's kind of like Boggle. You have to stitch 200 stitches for each word you can make out of the little 4x4 box of letters. And then Sane. So I started, if you guys are in Sane, I'm sure you saw the Endangered Animals yearly challenge. There is for each animal, there's a set number of stitches. Most people start at the top and work their way down. I decided to start with the elephant, which is the biggest and is 40,000 stitches. So I am counting stitches for every single project to hit 40,000 on that elephant before I go up to the next one. And honestly, I don't think it'll take that long because I did not add up what I've done for this week. But for last week, I did 6,680 stitches from January 3rd until the 9th. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's not bad at all. So it'll take you a couple of weeks, you know, if I was to stitch at that rate. And I didn't do a whole lot of stitching on the weekend because I was down here cleaning, organizing. So who knows? My kids do have a swim meet on Friday, though. Just Friday, thank goodness. So that's all I have for this week. This is longer than I thought it was going to be, especially for the third time around. I'm really hoping, I mean, you guys will know by now whether I was able to edit and upload, but I'm having a little anxiety about how this is going to go. So I hope you guys have a great week, great weekend. I hope your weather is what you want it to be. I mean, I want snow and it's like 38 degrees outside, but what are you gonna do? I took some Christmas decorations down yesterday and my husband is coming home straight from dropping the boys off at swim to get on the roof and get the lights down. So I gotta be outside with him for that because I told him he can't do it by himself. I don't want him to fall off the roof, and if he does, I want to be able to call 911 right away. So I will talk to you guys next Wednesday. Have fun stitching. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget, giveaways next week. Don't say giveaway, though. We don't want people stalking the channel. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.